2024, 4 p.m. at the Timberon Community Center Lodge. Will you join us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The salute in the Mexico flag.
Salute the flag of the United States.
Be a symbol of perfect friendship among the United
Usually when we have the
Roll call. We have in attendance Renee Hamilton, the general manager, Terry Borzomi, Mark Hardy, Dave Truey, and Ed Hardesty, and we have Alan Burmeister on the phone. Can I have approval for the agenda? Well, you let's do that when we get down there to it.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? I'll second the motion. We have a second. All those in favor? Aye. Yes. All those opposed? Approval is approved. We need the manager's report, and we'll look over to Renee for that.
So this month is, this last 2 weeks have been pretty busy. The crew has repaired 3 line leaks in the last 2 weeks. They've repaired 1 meter box leak. They've completed 2 meter installations with 3 meter installations pending. There was 1 unauthorized water connection. The meter was disconnected and locked, and the customer was billed a $500 unauthorized connection fee. The crew has closed out 2 road maintenance work orders. They hauled materials and graded Norwood, Surcingle, Rocky Trail, Shallow Creek, Spur, Cedar, and Mountaineer. There is an upcoming pool inspection scheduled for May 22nd, 2024 at 10 a.m. Updates on the pool include needing to still perform minor repairs and install the new pump, and I believe the last of the parts for the pool repairs came in today. We're still waiting on a part for the pump. We've started to receive in the lifeguard certificates, and at the end of the day, the crew has been working diligently to address the low water pressure on Perch and surrounding areas since Sunday, April 21st. On good news, the district has received a $500,000 capital outlay from the state legislator. We also received a $300,000 in grant funds to be used to replace tank number 3 in this coming year.
Yes. It was supposed to be replaced last year because
Thank you, Renee.
on their tank.
Thank you.
It seems okay. Moving on to the treasurer's report.
Okay, the account balances since the last meeting in the standby account is $26,066.10. The USDA account still stands at $166,928.78. And the other USDA account is at $7,924.80. And the third USDA account is $882.14. In the general operating fund is a balance of $78,629.73. The emergency fund stands at $86,020.92, and the F&S fund is at $51,007.66. A couple of meetings back, the board authorized up to $1,500 to pay for an inspection of the High Country Lounge, the building. That was done last Friday. The actual amount that we paid was $752. We didn't, as far as I know, we didn't transfer any money into the operating fund to write that check. So I'll get with Brad and figure out if they did or not. If they did, then we need to return $748 to the F&S fund. A couple of weeks ago, the board chairman and myself went to the First National Bank in Crowcroft and updated all of our accounts, or we started to update all of the accounts. They're not done yet. But apparently there were a lot of people still on the accounts that aren't here anymore. So we've corrected all of that, or we're in the process of correcting all of that. It should be done soon. On the 15th of April, I signed a transfer of $6,000 from the standby fund to the general operations fund to cover payroll for last month. And I have an appointment next week with the Ruby Hernandez, who is the accountant with Granite Mountain Accounting Firm. She's the accounting firm for TWSD. I have an appointment with her to clarify some things about the accounts and whatnot that I'm not clear about. So that should be helpful for me. I've also signed up for 5 continuing education classes through the New Mexico Environmental Department. Different topics. These classes are going to be held from the 30th of April until the 16th of July. So I should be up to speed on a lot of other things by the time we finish with all of those. And the budget committee has met 3-4 times since the last meeting. It's Vice Chair Harding and the General Manager. And we're making a lot of progress. I think we're way ahead of schedule, so we'll get it done by the time we talked about the last meeting when the board said they wanted to have the budget finished and ready to go. I believe that's it.
Thank you very much. Yes. Old business, discuss approved regular meeting minutes of April 9th, 2024. Do we have any topic of discussion on that? If not, we need a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the regular meeting minutes of April 9, 2024.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Approved regular meeting minutes of April 9th. Update and discuss lease negotiations with DTI High Country Lounge Management.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we table this since the board negotiating team and DTI's negotiating team has an appointment to meet on the 29th, so we really don't have an update on anything right now.
We have a motion to table. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor of tabling?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye. All those opposed? We are going to table the negotiate or the discussion on the lease negotiations until we have further information, which we will have a meeting the 29th of this month at 3 o'clock here at the lodge. Everybody's on the same page. New business, discuss TDC, Timberon Development Council proposal to operate the pool.
For y'all that don't know me, my name's Herman Daniel. I'm the president of TDC. So I'll be giving the proposal to the water board regarding the swimming pool operation. The Timberon Development Council is a 501c3 organization whose sole purpose is to promote and develop projects to improve the amenities of Timberon. Examples of these improvements are the cover at the mailboxes, lighting at the playground, picnic benches at the lakes, cleanup for 4th of July and support of the 4th of July parade. In addition, TDC has scholarship fund for anyone wanting to improve their education regardless of age. At present, TWSD is attempting to manage the swimming pool the golf course, and other Timberon amenities. As stated by the board, this is a distraction from their most important job, which is to provide water for the citizens of Timberon. In order to operate these items, manpower is required, which takes away from daily water operation in the district. TDC held a regular monthly meeting on April 13th, which was attended by the swimming pool committee, the golf committee, the library, the neighborhood watch, and others wanting to make sure the swimming pool was available for operation this summer and beyond. This project meets the main goal of TDC to make a difference in this community. TDC's board of directors has voted to approve the swimming pool as a worthwhile project for the community and especially the children of Timberon. The swimming pool committee, as well as the others in attendance, have agreed to join TDC in this effort. TDC is proposing to manage the swimming pool through a simple management agreement. TDC will provide the following: at least 2 lifeguards at all times the pool is in operation, a pool manager to oversee the operation, additional manpower for pool cleanup and minor repairs, an application for grants to help further improvement of Timberon, which may be available through the 501c3 of TDC. TDC would request the TWSD provide funds already in the TWSD budget to operate the pool. TDC does not have the resources to operate the pool at this time. This agreement would be intended for TDC to work in full cooperation with TWSD board. The intent is to benefit Timberon and work together, not to work as adversaries. Providing this approach to operate the pool is successful, TDC would likely step up to operate other projects such as the golf course, park, etc. Once again, this would take the burden off of TWSD of operating non-water related items. That's it. Thank you.
Let me personally take a minute, not representing for the board, to commend the citizens of Timberon and the TDC for coming forth with this proposal. I think it's extremely valuable that members of the community are helping in what we're trying to accomplish. And the bottom line, cooperation with the TWSD is paramount, and having people involved is paramount. And I personally would like to thank everybody that has a hand. We appreciate all your efforts. Really do. I think there's just minor details that need to be worked out moving forward. There's some questions on commingling of pay and things of that nature that need to be worked out. But as you said, in full cooperation, we can get this thing done and make it work. We'll do whatever is necessary to get it done on our part. And you guys have already went over the board. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. We don't need a motion at this time. Unless we want a motion for record keeping.
Ask if anybody else has any.
Yeah. Does anybody have any additional information?
No, I think it's important to have a pretty simple management agreement.
We agree.
Let's not make this a 6-page.
No.
Yeah.
No. We agree, and there's just a few details that need worked out. We can meet and take care of those items. I don't think it would be any big deal.
I talked to Clark the other day about it. And, I think, Clark and I are pretty much on the same boat. And I was telling him the only thing I think that we really need to clarify, as far as legalities go and whatnot, is um, funding for employees. You know, that I think we need to work out, you know, get a legal opinion on exactly how we would go about doing that. You know,
Whether we have to pay or else we would fund you in lump sum to pay. Yeah, that's something we don't know if we have the power to do that. Yeah, so we're gonna be asking for some legal help as far as commingling the funds. As far as if we can give you lump sum to pay everybody, or else do we need to pay them and pay you guys on a separate basis for chemicals and all that other stuff. So just kind of minor stuff. Just legality.
No question?
Yeah, I'm just curious. What are the fees gonna be for use of the pool?
well, we haven't actually established them, but
Will there be fees?
yeah, it was, last year what we did is, it was $5, it was a $5 swim charge, like per day, or we were, had punch cards that were $45 for 10 swims, which you basically pay for 9, get the 10th one free.
Well, I know in years past that, you know, everybody donated so the kids could get in there.
Exactly.
You know, so, okay, so that's what it was in the past. I was just wondering if it was.
And I mean, if, you know, if people wanted to do the same thing, you know, you can donate, just buy 10 cards or something.
If you want to fund a child, yes, absolutely. That'd be great.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that, we need to move into any public questions that anyone might have regarding anything. Yes, sir.
Are we having any more luck, collecting the standby fees that we had to file the liens on?
Yeah, man, could give you a better, more accurate count, but I know we get several a week paid off.
Good.
You know, I know Nan told me a while back that on average there's 50 properties that change hands in Timberon every month.
At least.
Not all of those properties have liens on them, but that's usually how we end up collecting on a standby liens or water liens is when the property changes hands. So
Hopefully we pick it up on title.
yeah, usually that's really changing title.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you guys have any plans on figuring out what's going on with the ponds?
Actually, Tony told me it's starting to climb back up. So,
But what about the others?
what's that?
There's one that's completely gone.
Yeah.
Well,
So
the problem with the ponds is that, and we noticed it back in, it was like September, October last year. We noticed them start dropping in. And the problem is at the spring, the flow at the springs has been dropping. And I had a guy from BLM up about a month ago, and he told me that the spring is flowing about 15 gallons a minute. So as a result of that, we've actually been, since we got the golf course well going, we've been able to shut the filtration unit off quite a bit. We actually have to leave it run a little bit every day in order to keep it certified for the fire department. So all the water that we're not using for the treatment plant has all been going toward the ponds. This pond out here is way full. It's just getting the other ones to start coming up, and they're coming up. It's just, it's going to take a while to get them back to where they were.
Well, there's one completely empty, right? Is that not really?
Well, so the one that's completely empty has got the broken valve. And in my opinion, that's the lowest priority right now. The fishing lake has to be the priority.
Yeah.
And then the second would be the golf course, pump lake. But we can't spread the water out in multiple locations. We got to pick a priority and get after it. I think as of today, I'm setting it about 17 inches since we started getting water to it. So it's slow, but it's making. It's making
Yeah, it's only going up maybe an inch a day or so.
yeah, 1 or 2.
Well, at least it's going up.
The wind and the warm weather's not helping that, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
For that pond to go up 1 foot, takes about 1 million gallons of water.
Yes.
So it still has about, what, Tony, 5-6 feet at least?
Yeah, at
get
least
back to where it was.
to where we normally have it. Yeah, probably 6 feet. It's got a ways to go.
Okay. Go ahead.
I think I heard, stop me if I'm wrong, the manager's report, that you're out there grading roads. I thought I heard a bunch of roads were graded, Surcingle and Rocky Trail.
Up on Norwood area.
Up in that area. You got any plans to do some more? I could give you some suggestions.
Can't they all?
Don't they still have the
Which
sign
road's
up?
yours?
Well, Oakmont, it's not mine, I don't live on that one. And Winter, the half of Winter between Pioneer and Riverside is a disaster.
So is Rio Canal.
Yeah, I know there's other, but I don't drive on it. So,
Oh, just the ones you drive on.
yeah, Oakmont and
Okay.
Winter, Yes, I put in a couple of those forms requesting it to NAM, but I don't know where they went.
Okay.
We'll get to them,
She
we'll
threw them
get
away,
to
she
them
said.
when we can. It all depends really on what kind of work the guys are doing on the water system.
Right, if the water system comes first,
Yeah,
understand.
and then it also depends on, how our FNSPs are going,
Well, I always pay mine, so I can.
Your FNSPs are what
What would $1
paying
million
for the
get to?
road grading, so, when
Well, just a couple of suggestions.
yeah, well, I got about 100 more roads that could probably be graded.
Yes, ma'am.
When is it gonna be possible to fix all the potholes on the road on Sacramento? I mean, we're ruining our tires and you try and miss a pothole and here comes the car on the other side.
That goes right along with the road grading.
Actually,
Isn't that
Actually,
the
that's a county road, but
Oh,
we have
Sacramento
been fixing some of the potholes, but it's actually a county
And
road.
we have like 5 county roads here, Washita, Parsons, Baghdad, Riverside, Pawnee,
Sacramento.
and Pioneer, or Sacramento Drive.
Sacramento's the worst, I mean.
No, Pounds is by far worse.
Well, I don't go that
It's
way, but
horrible.
Sacramento, I'm
That's,
like,
it's everybody's self-interest considering where they drive to get to where they need to go. Yes, ma'am.
Would it do us any good to, I don't know, lodge formal complaints or something within the county to maybe help push them in that
It
direction?
never hurts to call the county on road grading.
Yep. Call me tomorrow, I'll give you the county roads.
And everyone that
Sounds
has
good.
county road access or using county roads, call the county. I think that would spur them to maybe do some good stuff on county roads, because we're not seeing them near frequently as what we used to. We used to see them all the time. We rarely see them up here. I don't know what's going on with that.
Is it just rumor mill, but I was told that the county had originally agreed to like pave a mile of road a year or something.
That was the original agreement like 12, 14 years ago, and we got our
There ain't
first,
no
we got our
14
first 3
miles of road.
miles, and that was it. Or we probably got 4, nearly 5 miles, 4 miles, and that was all we heard. So talk to them about that too. Tell them we want our miles. They were supposed to pave all the county roads in Timberon, which would give everybody good access to a paved road regardless of where they live.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the case, especially you get way up on Washita. I mean, there's no good way out of some of these areas.
Yeah, you're telling me. I agree with that.
Yes, sir.
How is the road
Ma'am.
grading prioritized, and is it something that we should be putting in requests for?
You can call the office and we'll generate a work order, but the priority that I've been doing as far as grading roads is mainly to make sure that an ambulance can get up the roads. Some of these roads, I know they're rough, but some of them are so rough that, you can't get an ambulance up. And that's kind of been my priority, is making sure that, I know everybody's roads are bad, but there's some roads that, that we've been working on that, you can't get an ambulance up them. So we're trying to prioritize those roads.
And somebody said it cuts down on high-speed traffic.
That's true.
No speeders around here.
Just
No, it'll work.
Some of the roads have big and embedded boulders that aren't moving. They've been there for years and years and years. And unless we take dynamite or backhoes or something, we're not gonna remedy a lot of that. That is what it is. One of them's up by you on Spur. That corner there on Spur has always been that way, and I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. It'd be nice if it did.
We actually have a new backhoe that's got a hydraulic hammer on there that can make pretty quick work of some of those rocks.
Well, let's do it.
But Chris
They
did a
have
really
been.
good job on
They
Mount
have
Air.
been. It just takes time.
What'd you say?
Chris did a really good job on Mountain Air with that jackhoe. I mean, he tore up those rocks and they moved them on out of there, and it's a decent reputation.
Great. Well, I want to take this opportunity to tell everybody how much we appreciate the attendance. And it's good to have people board meetings that are 1, 2, or 3, or 4. So we appreciate everybody coming and voicing their opinion. If there's no further comments, we need a motion.
I'm gonna be adjourned.
Do we have a second? I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Well, it was quick.
still,
Yeah.
Get better at this.